Welcome back. New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik and 3 other New York congressional Republicans rejected a proposal floated by House leadership this week to raise the SALT cap to $30,000, calling it insulting, pushing for a much higher cap. The House Ways and Means Committee will meet this upcoming Tuesday and Wednesday to mark up its portion of the president's agenda, where the SALT situation and the fate of SALT will be decided. Joining me right now with more on all of this is Congresswoman Claudia Tenney, a key member of the powerful House Ways and Means Committee. Congresswoman, it's great to have you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. And I want to get your take on communism and what you saw in El Salvador. I'm going to do that in the next block because we just spoke with Maria Mercado, and I think it's really important to get your take on all of that. But let's first start with the reconciliation bill. Where are you on this? You're not in favor of raising the deduction cap, are you, on SALT? And you're in New York.
Well, yeah, Maria. Yeah, first of all, thank you, and let's just say Happy Mother's Day to everyone. I hope that all the mothers, and especially the guest you just had on, you know, her mother was released into safety into the United States, I believe, and you know, hope that their children inspire them like my son inspires me, who serves in the Marines. But yeah, Maria, this reconciliation package, well, you know, we've got to get this done. This is an historic requirement. This is something President Trump got elected on. We've got to get this. This is so important. We're not going to get everything we want in this bill. There's a lot of things I'd love to see in this bill that are not getting in the bill. And by the way, and I think that people should know this, most of the provisions that the Ways and Means Committee has been putting together in this very carefully crafted bill, working with President Trump, working with leadership in the House and Senate, the Speaker, the Majority Leader in the Senate, they're bipartisan initiatives. But the Democrats refused to reinstate the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act under President Trump, which gave us historic growth, tax cuts, a middle-class boost across all sectors. It was really tremendous. The best thing that's happened in upstate New York, and I'm a small business owner in upstate New York, this was tremendous. It's going to result in a tax increase if we don't get these passed, along with some of the president's initiatives. This is an historic bill, and we need to get everyone on board. And I just worry that we're going to get derailed by some members who don't understand that, you know, we are doing the best we can to fit this within reconciliation because the Democrats refuse to support the American people with tax cuts. This is critical to growth and the president's agenda and bringing America back. I think this could be a once-in-a-lifetime vote, and that's why it's so critically important that we work on getting the best that we can, not everything that we're going to get, but it's really important. And that's why, you know, I'm a New Yorker. I'm not in the SALT caucus. 3 to 5% of my constituents probably, you know, itemize, which would be the way to look at this. But it's a very reasonable cap that's we're looking at. It's a little more complex than what was revealed by some of those who are objecting to it. But Maria, 98% roughly in all these so-called SALT districts are getting a benefit for their taxpayers. 98% of their taxpayers are getting a benefit. That's what really, this is supposed to be protecting the middle class. SALT is about state and local tax deductions for the wealthy.
You could only afford 3 no votes. I want to come back and talk about that when we come right back with Claudia Tenney. Stay with us on Sunday Morning Futures. Welcome back. I'm back with Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. So, Congresswoman, it's really the debt ceiling and the SALT deduction that are the issues here. Do you feel you have the votes to pass this thing?
Well, Maria, we'll see. We'll start marking this bill up. A number of the committees, 11 different committees, are having jurisdiction over this bill. The big, beautiful bill involves a lot, and it's because President Trump's agenda is a lot, and it's very important. So we'll see what comes on the floor. Some of the parts of the bill aren't in. They're going to be coming in as amendments. So this is going to be a long, arduous process. Everybody knows that. But we're going to be fighting to make sure we do what the most important thing is. We need to get immediate results for the American people and growth so that the President Trump's agenda starts working. We have to overcome the last 4 years of decline, open borders, lack of rule of law. All that's coming together in this bill. That's why it's important.
We wanted to have you on to talk about your visit to El Salvador. We'll do that next time.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.